Obviously, you're gonna become the millionaire, and you're gonna be so like literally on every billboard in every country because you're so amazing and incredible and talented. So
I just want justice for women. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the House of Royale. I am your host, Rochelle Royale. It is not Rachel, it's Rochelle. Today, I have a bright, beautiful ray of sunshine in the studio, bringing us joy and happiness through her artistry. I cannot wait. But before I introduce her, make sure you guys go to patreon.com/House of Royale and give us $10,000 and I will give Angela 5. Because being an artist is extremely expensive and we're here to entertain y'all. Anyway, we love you. We'll see you in a second. Bye. Today, I have a dancer, pole artist, athlete, contortionist, costume designer, choreographer, creative director. She can do anything, okay? So please give it up for the gorgeous Angela Genesis.
thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you for being here.
Yes. Hi, everybody. It is such an honor to be here with the beautiful Rochelle Royale. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, people are still like, so Rachel, do you sing? I'm like, okay, number one, that's not my fucking name. And two, yes, I'm literally a singer. Do people ever ask you what you do? Are people ever confused by like what it is you do?
Oh, yes, absolutely. People never know. And even if I try to explain it, they're so confused. I do lots of things. I'm a fashion designer. There's actually this song. It's called Who Is She? What does she do? It's called Who Is She? And it's so weird and it's so great. And she's like, I'm a fashion designer. It's like, I run this banking company. And it's just like all this, it's great.
Who sings it? Do you know?
It's Mafu with the question mark, I'm pretty sure at the end. I always like have these artists that nobody knows and you'll never probably hear of.
I love that. You know what? Growing up in a dance studio, every competition routine, I mean, the whole point was to find an obscure alternative artist. So when you go to competition, it's like, yeah, you don't know this song, bitch. Like, you know?
That is always a motive for me. I definitely aim for creativity and uniqueness over trying to please the masses, which unfortunately is not favorable to most, but I decide to stick to what I like to do, and I know that it'll attract the opportunities that are meant for me, and I'd rather be myself.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you think about these parties that these millionaires and billionaires have, they don't want to hire basic ass bitches. They want to hire like the most crazy, exotic shit that you've never seen in your entire life. And that is what you are giving. So I think it is what people want, honestly.
We gotta give them what they want.
Yes. I just think like once you get like a Kris Jenner managing you, we all need a Kris Jenner. That's the missing piece. And then you'll be booking shit in Dubai and getting paid like, you know, $1 million.
I did get offered a contract in Nigeria. I did not imagine taking it that far. I've never traveled really, so getting on that passport and trying to be an around the world girl. But yeah, I did not expect that. Don't know if Africa's the first place I'd want to travel, being that I've never been anywhere. And I just, you know, I've always wanted to go to Peru. So I'm manifesting opportunities definitely all around the world. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so for everyone that doesn't know you, let's start from the beginning and kind of go through the origin story. Because I know you and I spoke earlier, and you and I have both been through crazy and I love bringing guests on that have been through the worst because it helps people heal to hear your story and to hear and to see that you survived it and that you're doing so well now. Where are you from?
Originally San Francisco.
Nice.
I wouldn't claim, the city as being where I didn't live there. I spent 99% of my time there. I would always run away, take the train. I'm not even kidding. Just leave for 2 weeks at a time and just hang out in San Francisco, Golden Gate Park, hanging out with the homeless hippies on Haight Street and also, around the town. It's quite the small town. One thing I always loved doing was just dancing with everybody. I would bring a speaker and as a 14-year-old and just like party with everybody.
At 14, I can imagine the reason why you were escaping. Let's get into childhood. And okay, so one of my heroes is Whitney Cummings, and she's always asking comedians, what f***ed you up to turn you into such a star? And so usually she starts with childhood, which is it rings true for so many artists. It's kind of like, if we had a perfect home life and parents that loved us, we would not be trying to be on stage and seek attention from the world for the rest of our lives. So let's start from the beginning. What happened as a kid that kind of led you into that wildness?
I've always been very wild. I never crawled. My grandma never let me crawl. And I would always I was inherited all these Barbie dolls, and I would just take all their clothes off, put Band-Aids on them, and then take pictures. And then I don't even know. I was just I would always cut my hair. I would always get put in timeout. I loved painting. I was always just uncontrollable. I had an amazing childhood. My grandparents.
Oh, you did?
I had an amazing childhood, up until 12 years old, which was when, somebody said that's when the devil or God takes you. Not so much, I don't really believe in that exact phrase, but I believe that is when, people mature and start going through things. And
as a kid, was it just your grandma or was it mom and dad too?
So, abuelita and abuelito, God bless their heart and their souls. They love me so much. My parents were super, super young. I guess not super duper young, could be worse, but they were 18.
So were mine, yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up with my parents, and I would always overpower my mom. They would never be able to control me. My dad, he would, wasn't ready to be a dad. Neither was my mom. So I don't blame them for anything. We all learned so much, and I'm just really grateful to been able to have these rough experiences and go through it, because I am the kind of person that needs to learn those lessons on my own. I don't like taking advice. Abuelita would always try to give me advice. Everybody would try to give me advice, but I wouldn't hear it. I always really wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. And, it started with wanting to be, shaving my legs, having my own sense of style, wanting to wear popular clothes. And
okay, so when it comes to the dancing and the acro, the tumbling, the gymnastics side of things, did you ever do that as a kid, or did that just come naturally to you?
So I was always freakishly bendy. My back has always been insanely bendy, and I've always known that I've been really flexible for just no reason. And I, about 2 years ago, recently started to own in on that and get the training. I met a Mongolian contortionist who was the original dancer for the O show. She's amazing. Her name is Sarana. And within 3 months of training with her, I got my first month-long contract, which is crazy because I've been training aerial and pole for years, and contortion is such a specialty act that I instantly received a lot of opportunities.
Okay, so before the contract, let's rewind a little bit. Going through, because I know I pretty much stopped competing at around 17. When you were 17, 18, what was going on? What was the transition there? Did you know that you were gonna come to LA and try to have a career, or what was going on with that?
So absolutely not, actually. I had people believe in me along the way that made me see my potential, but I actually didn't see it for a really long time. And, being on the streets as a 14-year-old, a runaway, exposed to sexual trafficking and being kidnapped. And like, I had to turn all of that and, you know, heavy drug usage. And I just didn't have anybody on my side. My family gave up on me. And they knew what I was going through, but they couldn't comprehend it. They couldn't relate to it. My mom could, but it's not something that we talked about. I feel like there's just a lot of trauma that doesn't get, you know, healed because of lack of communication. So that's why I'm really open with my story.
Also, I would like to add, for creative people, a lot of us have like major ADHD, which which leads to the reason why we're so attracted to drug use is because we need that serotonin boost. And it's so shitty because like when I was a teen, there was no way anyone was going to diagnose me with ADHD. Like it was just like growing up in a dance studio was like, you better obey or else you're going to get your ass whooped. Whereas like my youngest brother, Jake, the world started changing and my mom got him on meds because he had major ADHD. But looking at his track record, I mean, he like ran to drugs and alcohol because of that shit. Like it was school was such a struggle. And also for us, it's the way that we learn is different. Like we can't sit down and do a fucking math problem. Like it's right.
I excel in school. I love being hands-on. Actually, the whole reason that I found Circus is because I ended up, I was in school after, you know, graduating. Just a little quick, brief overview. When I graduated from juvenile hall, I've never really actually had the foundation. I ran away from my 8th grade graduation. I ran away during my high school graduation, graduated from juvenile hall. I was in girls camp and, you know, I got my first home pass. It was graduation week. I barely made it, but my probation officer, God bless Miss Joy Brown, she's helped so many individuals and really believed in them and helped me see the light. I enrolled in college. I had almost a 4.0.
Wow.
So I had no idea that I had it in me. I was one of 2 people in class who received 50 out of 50 on the midterm. The other person, total nerd, he looked at me and he's like, this girl? What the fuck? And so I realized that I had a little something in me, so I decided to pursue school, education. COVID happened, and then I found myself. It was really cool. It was an awesome experience. I had no idea. I forgot that I was super creative and loved making art and loved expressing myself. And that's where a lot of the healing happened, and I believe that movement is medicine. And
so before COVID hit, even though you were in school, when did you start learning like aerial and all of that stuff?
So I remember I went to my first festival and I saw aerialists for the first time. I had never seen something like that. You know, my parents didn't have the money to invest in training. My mom has 6 children. I am the oldest of 6. I'm my dad's only child. But, you know, neither of them were prepared for a child, and I never received any kind of training. I did gymnastics for a small amount of time when my mom could afford it for a fraction of time, and I wasn't able to pass, I think, the first level where I was, you know, 13 years old with 8-year-olds, and I was doing back walkovers and all these advanced tricks, and you know, I excelled at many aspects of gymnastics. However, I couldn't do a cartwheel. So they never passed me, and I gave up in frustration quickly.
Wait. You could do a back walkover, but not a cartwheel? That's so wild. Why? What was going on with that?
I don't know. No matter how hard I tried, there's something about the cartwheel. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a great coach would be like, no, we're going to get you to do a cartwheel. But it was like, oh, no, you can't do a cartwheel. Like, better luck next time. It wasn't
so
like,
weird.
You know, I've had amazing mentors and I've had amazing teachers, and they will make sure that you can get in the right headspace to be able to do something like that. Because at the end of the day, it is all in your head, and any kind of boundaries or physical limitations can...
Wait, what about an aerial?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I bought a hoop. I bought a pole during COVID.
Yeah.
And I set it up in my room. I started setting it up in trees. I would climb trees like with my big old...
Wait, no, not aerial. I'm saying an aerial, like a no hands. Oh, no hands.
Oh,
No, 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 Yeah. I'm nerding out on the tumbling shit because I grew up tumbling like crazy. Like I got in trouble. It was like second grade, and I would be out on the field spotting bitches out on the field, teaching them how to do back handsprings.
Wow.
Like what? And so the aerial was such a big deal for dancers because it was like a front aerial and a side aerial. You would always want to put that trick in your solo. That was like, so that's what I was asking is like, I don't know.
Okay, an aerial is the thing. That is so badass. I wish I came across you in those days, but.
So they weren't teaching you guys aerials?
No, I never made it past the first level because I couldn't do a cartwheel. And then my mom couldn't afford it, so it kind of just faded out, and I ended up not really revisiting that. Got into drugs, had a hard time, tried to pick myself back up together. I became pretty spiritual and rode my bike everywhere, ate really holistically, wanted to be a nutritionist. I kind of bounced around with quite a few different ideas until I found Circus, and I became instantly obsessed. There was so many people along the way that were like, this is what you need to do. And they're like, how long have you been doing this? I'm like, this is my first class. And they're like, what? And I was just like, I just picked up things really easily. It was, I could see a shape and just do it. My body, like, it felt like I was an acrobat in the past life or something.
Yeah, no, I think that you were, for sure. Like, you were obviously born to do it. It's incredible. Like, wait until you guys see this shit. It's so crazy. Okay, so 2020, you were like, okay, I'm finally good at school, but what about Circus? Is that when Circus happened?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was in 2020, right when the pandemic hit and everything turned online. And I was in like 27 and a half units. I had a pretty good GPA at the time. I recently tried to do school again. However, I am completely flooded with my career, which is really great. And I'm getting firsthand experience in the kinesiology field. So I really want to just make the most out of the body that I have right now. And it's very, it does the job, and I'm going to own that. And, in the future, pursue my education further. But I'm really grateful to be able to do the things that I can do right now. So we're doing it.
For kids, teenagers out there that are dealing with what you dealt with as a kid, do you have any advice for them? And like, what helped you? And even like, what helps you now? Because for me personally, like, I have to have like my 5 people that my lifeline people. And if I don't want to put my shit on a human, I'm like, okay, I need to journal. I need to be listening to podcasts, like whatever it is to survive. And like, fuck the FDA because I can't take my meds because they put a hold on all of our medication. It's been a month and a half. FDA. So what advice do you have for the children?
I will tell you this. First things first, you got to be yourself. I think that is the most important thing, being authentic. People will be able to feel it, and they'll be able to feel like they could be themselves, and that's really important. And you'll be able to have good communication with people, and you will be loved.
For the girls specifically, because you dealt with misogyny, like you got 50 out of 50 on that test, and of course, a man is like, wait, this like pretty girl did that? Like, no way. I still feel it. I'm in the music industry, and like male producers are like, why would a girl even try to learn how to produce? Like, it's still so like in that vein. So for the girlies, what advice do you have if they're feeling insignificant or less than, or like they can't do it?
You can do it, and you have to believe in yourself. It's all about the mindset, and you just got to know that everything is going to work out the way that it needs to. Sometimes not the way that you want it to, but the way that it has to. I really believe that everything has its purpose, and whether it's not exactly what you wanted it to be, it's always going to be a lesson. So, you just got to stay confident, stick to your guns, and know that it's going to be okay, because hot girls get what they want.
Well, hot girls deal with a lot of bullshit. And what the advice that I would like to give is if something bad is happening to you, like if a man is treating you poorly, even like at work or at home or whatever, don't be afraid to say something. Like, you guys need to be speaking up, because I think that the way that women are treated is super fucked up. And I think that we need to come together and kiki and talk to one another and like really build our internal confidence so that we can make, like you said, communication better, like between men and women, I think too. Because we want the men to uplift us and love us and be proud of us. And I think there's just so much weird competition between men and women still. And, you know, it's 2024 and I just dealt with a situation where I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I can't believe this is still happening. So, and when I interview girls like you who are so beautiful and so talented, and I know what you guys go through with these dudes, it's like, and even the women, by the way, too.
Yeah. Oh, yes. All of it. All of it and some more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, it's come a long way to be able to build up the confidence to stand up to people and not be affected by their own projection. And, you know, I know what it is. And it is, I know how hard it is to have a voice, but it's really important to speak up. And I think that it's also important to speak the truth, not only for others, but for yourself. And there is just magic and
yes,
in being able to do so.
And like you said, it's all a lesson. And it's like Abraham Hicks and like all these spiritual speakers like trying to force it into our brain that it's like whatever, if we can visualize it, it will become our reality. And I am visualizing this all-female production team where we can produce shows and movies and live stream shows and make money and like have women love each other and work together. And like, I'm going to keep asking the universe for that until it happens. And it is happening. It's crazy, you know? I mean, this studio happened and I'm like, okay, step one, here's the studio. Step two, bringing badass women in here to tell your stories. It's like, we can really do it. But it's like when, like, you know, when I'm reminded of the darkness that we face, it's just so daunting and it's so painful. But like, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like, and without my meds, I get so depressed. And like this morning I was so depressed, but I was like, Rochelle, as soon as Angela gets here, your whole spirit is going to lift. Aww. And it's true. It's crazy how magical humans are.
Yeah.
Especially the right ones.
I absolutely believe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do make clothes. I made this outfit, but my brand is called Freakuencies, and I really believe that, you know, we're constantly exchanging energy. It's literally a law of the universe that all energy is neither created nor destroyed, and it's transferred. So we're just constantly, you know, exchanging energy when we interact. So you just want to first be aware of that and protect yourself, and also just try to be the light. That is probably the biggest piece of advice that I could give anyone, is just like be the light. Even if you don't feel the light, even if, you know, you're in the darkness, just like know that the sun is shining on you, and, you know, just feel that and resonate with that and try to spread that love, because you never know what somebody's going through.
Can we go back to your clothing line really quick? That was a beautiful segue. Okay, it's called Freakuencies.
Yeah.
That's just perfect. It's amazing.
But F-R-E-A-K, like frequency.
F-R-E-A-K.
Because
like,
I'm a circus freak.
Exactly. Like, let your freak flag fly while you're wearing a badass outfit like this. Oh my God. I need you to make me something custom. So if I'm a customer, I just go into the website and I can just buy whatever's available.
You can, but
okay.
I'm going to make you something so special.
Yes. And I'll do a photo shoot in it, and maybe it'll be like the artwork for a new song or something. You know?
I would be incredibly honored. I would definitely cry about it.
Yes, and like after you make the outfit, we'll put a bunch of crystals on it and like bless it with intentions and just be like, you know, whatever this project is, we're gonna make millions of dollars.
Yes, that is going to be the case. Manifest. I completely agree with you. When you know you do manifest your own reality, so it's important to feed yourself positivity and envision and imagine what it is that you want, because it will happen, especially if you believe. You know, I always have this thing that I say, I don't really believe in love, but I really believe in magic.
Yes, right? Yeah, because men. So wait, back to the clothing line again. When did you learn how to sew?
About 2 years ago, I got heavily into sewing, and it was a bunch of trial and error. And I was initially using some pretty not so great machines. I'm pretty sure they got it from a thrift store. And it was really frustrating. But then I was hanging out with this pretty badass fashion designer, and he taught himself everything, and he was pattern making and had multiple machines, and he had a really high-end machine. It was electric, and I made my first clothing item. It was underwear, and I thought it was easy. I was like, I can see how this works. So I kept seeing how things worked, and then I was able to make pants, and then I was able to make bodysuits, and then, you know, tops were pretty easy, but it's just, now I make jackets and stuff. So I'm really excited. I am 3 machines in, and I started this all because I wanted to buy these pair of pants, but they were pretty expensive. And I was like, I don't have $88 to buy these pair of pants. I was, you know, not the most financially stable person still. I am not. And I was an artist and very impulsive, and having ADHD, I have a hard time managing things. So, you know, managing money is one of them. And so I just learned to make things on my own.
Where is the website? Or is it Etsy? Or where do we go? Where can we find it?
I use this platform. It's called Big Cartel, and it's frequencies.bigcartel.com. If anyone is interested in checking out some freaky threads.
Yes. I know so many dancers that would love to wear shit like this. I mean, yeah, we need to spread the word. You need to do like a video, like a cool like dance video or something to promote it.
I do. There's so many things that I need to do, and I do see a lot of my dancer friends wearing my clothes.
Good.
And it's like the biggest honor in the whole entire universe. It just means the world to me, and it is hard to try to, you know, navigate producing these clothes and performing, and it's like a balance. And I do stay up every night until 4 a.m. sewing. And I had my first fashion show about 2 months ago. It went really well, but nobody came, and it was embarrassing. But the clothes were fire, the models were fire. It was so fun.
Is there video of the show?
Of course, there's footage.
Oh my God.
There is proof and evidence, and the models killed it. So I'll send that over to you so you can see that. It was such an honor and blessing.
It's so funny. I feel like I'm such the gatekeeper for my friends that don't post their shit. Like I have this friend, she's a singer, and she always is singing on stage with famous fucking people, like Billy Porter and like Jake, the guy that's like blowing up. He's like Elton John. I forget his last name. And I'm just like, so are you gonna post? And she's like, I don't know. And so I'll just do it for her. Like, so I got you, girl. Like, do you get the ick from promoting yourself?
No, I just really focus a lot of my energy into the performing, and I believe that that is my main goal, is to excel as a performer and just spread my love and passion for movement and take advantage of this body that I have now, because, you know, it'll be easier to sew all day when I'm retired. I have things to do right now.
Yes, absolutely. I want to review maybe like the past, well, since lockdown, the highlight reel of the events that you've done, some of your favorite events. Because as you talk about it, I want to just fly over a couple of things that you've done because it's just so impressive. So what are your favorite moments?
I have so many favorite moments. I think the best moment, I was pretty bummed about losing this competition, and I was on Craigslist, like looking for an opportunity, and I came across this ad, and I don't know if you are all familiar with Kai Cenat. I had no idea. I live under a rock. I don't have a TV. I don't use a microwave. I don't even know what goes on in this world for the most part until I hear about it from word of mouth. Kind of old school in that sense. I'm busy sewing and upside down, you know. So, yeah. And I ended up going to his talent show, and I won the equivalent of what that competition would have gotten me. And I had no idea I was being watched by so many people. And my little sister messaged me, and she's like, "Hey, I can't believe you are on Kai Cenat's talent show." Like,
Wait. Is this Pole Masters? No. Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know Kai.
Okay, well, look him up if you don't. Kai Cenat. I had no idea either. He's like a really huge content producer with like millions of followers on Instagram, and I had no idea who it was. And I show up to this mansion, and I still don't know throughout this whole time. I didn't even know there was a prize. I bring my pole. I'm in my clown like costume and attire, Cheshire Cat clown, of course. Made my outfit, of course, and was living in my car at the time. Had just like taken this cat off the street, so I was like working really hard to get a place for this cat. And I like, you know, didn't realize I really also need a place for all of my hobbies. So I ended up working really hard for me and my little meow. She's so cute. She does flips. I make her clothes, and so yeah, very, very memorable moment for me that provided me with. I ended up moving to this Willy Wonka warehouse, and, you know, I was in my friend Molly balloons. In her show, my cat would pop all of her balloons, and it was kind of tragic, so that wasn't great. I'm sorry, Molly. But I was in her, her show, and I was representing the color black, and I was in my 10-inch heels, and I realized, you know, I am an exotic performer. This is who I am. I'm going to own it. Like, I want to embody that and embrace who it is who I am. You know, so that was a really cool show that I was so blessed and grateful to be a part of.
So we have Kai, Molly. Have you done, okay, so you haven't done LIB yet. You'll probably do it next year.
I did get an opportunity to go this year. However, Snoop Dogg is opening a club, and I start that today, and I've been auditioning for it since January. So I actually had that conflict with LIB, but I was had this opportunity to hang from somebody's hair. They're a hair hanger, and I was on an aerial strap, and so that was an incredible opportunity that I wish that I could be a part of, but the time was not right. And again, I'm trying to love festivals. I am, but I'm being offered so many incredible opportunities here in town. I'm sorry.
Okay, so give us like 3 other events that people can check out that you've performed at. Because like when I look at your Instagram, I'm just like, there's a desert and she's like 20 feet in the air, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like,
I did just do Joshua Tree.
Oh, nice.
So that's great. I'm a resident go-go dancer, fire dancer, performer for the Sound Factory, a couple after hours here in LA.
Cool.
I also had a residency at PH Day Club, being a high-flying aerialist, which was awesome. Those are some local things, but I also have my own entertainment company that I am trying to build. I have hired people, brought people on, so it is growing. It is Cirque Celeste, and I book myself out. I have a platform that I use called Gig Salad. I do receive a lot of bookings. I am a 5-star entertainer, and I've been a top performer since October of last year. Every month, I do receive bookings from there. So I really believe in being self-made and creating those opportunities for yourself. I believe it's really important to not sit around and wait for somebody to give you the opportunity. And just because you're part of something doesn't mean that you're gonna be handed opportunities. You have to work for it, and people are gonna respect you a hell of a lot more for making the way for yourself and not asking them for them to give you the opportunity that you had hoped for them to give you.
Right. So true. So true. But let me be devil's advocate here for all of you babies out there that are crying with like mental health issues. Cause like I was like bred to be a machine, to be a hard worker and to like take every opportunity, take every job, blah, blah, blah. But like I've been in LA for a long time and I have been burned by so many people that I'm kind of rebuilding my soul right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And so I just want to give love to those of you that are like, you know, you want to be a go-getter, but sometimes you have to take time to heal. And there's two sides to it, especially with artists, because artists we're empaths and we take on other people's shit. And so, yeah, I just want to encourage everyone because America is like, get money. Don't stop, can't stop, won't stop, which I love. And I want women to win. But if we're gonna win, you have to fill your cup back up. And so, you know, it's like I just want to hug all of us girls because we just go through so much. But also, yes, work hard. Both sides.
I absolutely have a heart for everybody out there, especially those who, you know, are going through a hard time and are having a hard way seeing it through. And I am sending you love and abundance and prosperity and positivity and believe in yourself.
Yes.
I swear it'll go so far and people will see you shining and just emanating good energy and you will be put on. I promise, like your time will come. Yeah.
Okay, so to end the episode, let's pull a tarot card. Eventually, I want to make my own tarot deck, but this tarot deck is from, I say she's my friend. We haven't met physically yet, but like I've been promoting her deck and like we know each other through Instagram for like 2 years now. But her name is Cardsy B. And she used to be a fashion designer. And then she gave it all up to be a spiritual and intuitive reader. Wow. Yeah. And she's like one of the top ladies in New York, like just all the biggest venues. She'll just book it out for weekends and like do readings for like, yeah. Whoa. Her life is nuts. So anyway, I'm going to get the tarot deck out. It's called Tarot for Badass Bitches or Badass Bitches Tarot. And it's all celebrities.
I'm really excited to pull this card. Oh my goodness. It always tells you everything that you need to hear and it's always so validating. And it tells you what you know, but that you need to be reminded of.
Yes.
I'm really excited. All right. Oh, I'm not supposed to look, right?
No, don't look. So shuffle it and then...
You're going to have to tell me who these celebrities are because...
I will.
Okay.
Well, I wrote them. I wrote their names with permanent marker, okay, but I will explain.
All right.
But I would rather have you pull a celebrity because it's more fun for the people.
For the people.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, yeah. All these bitches, I have no idea. So.
This is the one. I must say...
Okay, wait. Hold on. Wait. Universe, please give Angela the message that she needs to hear today. Angels, spirit guides, witches, ancestors, Hecate, all of the goddesses, give us the answers that we seek. And so it is. Okay.
Ooh.
Who is it? Oh, it's Tanya.
Tanya with her leg like this. Oh, that's me for sure.
Do you know Tanya Harding?
No.
Okay, so... Okay, there's a movie. I will text you the link for the movie. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but... Oh, you don't even have TV. You have YouTube on your phone.
I do. I do.
So, Margot Robbie, do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Okay, so Margot plays Tanya Harding in this movie. And Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan were super famous ice skaters. And they were both maybe like 18 years old, competing against each other. And Tanya denies it to this day. But one of her bros came to Nancy's rehearsal and ran out on the ice and fucking hit her knee with a fucking metal crowbar. And it was in the news, I mean, for like a full year. This was like the biggest fucking story. And Nancy couldn't compete. Like, it fucked her knee up. So anyway, Margot Robbie plays Tanya. But let me see what the tarot deck says about Tanya. Okay, 9 of Swords. Tanya lost the gold medal, career in skating, and her reputation. 9 of Swords reveals the option to continue to indulge in perceived misery or change perspective and move forward. Which is like, I feel like you should pull another card. I don't like that one.
Okay. It's not meant to be.
No.
The spirits have spoken.
I don't like it. Next.
It wasn't for me.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, this one, it just like fell into my hands. Lisa Vanderpump?
Oh, yes.
Who's this?
Lisa Vanderpump. She's like from London, and she has like major hotels and restaurants. And Tom Tom out here in Beverly Hills. She owns Tom Tom and like 3 other Beverly Hills clubs. And she's amazing. She's incredible. I love her. And also Scandival. Did you hear about that?
Wait, was this in White Chicks?
No.
Like Vanderbilt and no?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Lisa Vanderpump.
Vanderpump.
Yeah.
And what was the other name that you said?
Well, Ariana and Tom Sandoval had Raquel and Tom Sandoval had an affair. And it's like the biggest pop culture story. It's like Ariana and Tom Sandoval were together for like 10 years. And like Raquel was fucking him behind her back and like pretending to be Ariana's best friend. And Lisa Vanderpump is the owner of Vanderpump Rules, which is the show that they're all on. But Lisa is amazing. She's like a mom. I know. It's fucked up.
Wow.
Okay, Lisa Vanderpump, 6 of Wands. The world is nuts.
Yeah.
Lisa. Okay. Lisa, riding in on a white horse to fans and cameras flashing, represents a victory pleasing to both the voyeuristic heroine and to her fans. The 6 of Wands warns not to get too addicted to the limelight as it can be fickle, but this card represents good news, public recognition, and success. Boom!
Crazy!
Yes.
I like that.
And it might be a sign that you're going to London.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's the tea?
Yes. Cheerio, love. Cheerio.
Oh, cheerio.
And really quickly too, let's do a manifestation for the rest of the year, what we truly want. I would like to manifest... right now, I need a female engineer producer because I have like 10 songs that need to be reproduced, and I will not be in the studio with a man. It's got to be a woman, and I am asking the universe to bring her to me right now. And number 2, we're going to turn this living room into a live stage, and we're going to do live stream shows, and we're going to make $100,000. And that's what I want to focus on, and so it is. Boom.
It's all yours, baby. It's all yours. Manifestation at its finest. Watch it happen. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, what do you
Wow.
want to manifest?
Oh, so many things. I would say I really would just like to be able to be myself, and I really want to go, be in Cirque du Soleil one day.
Yes.
But I want to get, all the tricks that I couldn't even imagine training 2 years ago. I manifest prosperity and abundance in my body.
Yeah.
And I manifest health and wealth. I know this is really general, But specifically, I think that I want to get on this passport, maybe experience some things.
Yes.
I'm also really manifesting a business partner at some point that I can, produce shows with and potentially take my new van on a tour around the world and have it be a traveling circus fashion show.
Ooh.
Yes. And I want to have a team. I want to have a team of people that we can go do gigs in the desert with my LED cube. I want to continue to share my teaching and learn and what I've learned by all of my experience and just help others be more in their body as well and help people get where they want to be in any way that I can because I've had a lot of mentors along the way. So just manifesting, spreading the abundance and gratitude that I have for everything that has happened.
Gorgeous. I love it. Amazing. So good. You guys, we love you so much. Please do something today that makes you happy. Give yourself a hug, journal, hang out with your pets. I don't know. Call someone that makes you laugh. And we're sending you all the love, and we'll see you later.